Say, just wait and see. He did it for me. He's gonna do it. If he said it, then I believe. Yeah. Come on, say he's gonna do it. Just trust and believe he's gonna do it. No matter how long you've been waiting, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Come on, y'all, let's take it on home right here.
WDDO proudly welcomes to our Saturday morning broadcast Apostle Rosa Jackson Palmer. Apostle Rosa Jackson Palmer and the Kingdom Harvest Apostolic Ministries, Inc. The first Saturday in December at 12 noon. And be blessed by this ministry. Apostle Rosa Jackson Palmer and the Kingdom Harvest Apostolic Ministries. The first Saturday in December on 980 AM WDDO.
We've been practicing law a long time. We may be a little short on catchphrases and catchy telephone numbers, but we sure have helped a lot of people. If you've got a legal problem, call us. We may be able to help you.
The sales team of the Glory WDDO 980 AM is waiting to make your business, your church, your ministry part of the Glory family. Let us advertise for you. Call the sales team today at 678-800-3976. Let's make this happen with 980 AM WDDO, the Glory.
What's it feel like when I get auto insurance from my local Progressive agent? I feel protected, like my agent is right beside me, riding shotgun as we explore the mysteries of the open road. Free to soar like a pair of eagles high above the ice-capped mountains, beak filled with the cold, frosty smell of freedom.
Feel what it's like to be protected by Progressive. Call Lee Insurance and Notary at 478-254-9858. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hi, I'm Star Hutchings Purdue, and I would like to thank all of the families that have allowed Hutchings Funeral Home to serve the Middle Georgia community for over 100 years with caring professional funeral service. Hutchings Funeral Home is family-owned and operated and maintains a fully licensed professional staff dedicated to serving your family in its time of need. We strongly recommend pre-need planning for funeral arrangements. Come in today. Hutchings Funeral Home, the very best in funeral service.
There was a time I truly believed that I could do it on my own. But all that I found at the end of the road is that concept for me was all wrong. But I found a Savior who turned me around when He placed His love on me. And I will trust Him, yeah, till my last heartbeat. Trust in earthly possessions, but in the end, won't bring them through. To my own understanding, with my whole heart, here's what I do. I will trust in the name of the Lord. Trust in the name of the Lord. Lord, I will trust in you, yes. Trust in the name of the Lord. Trust in the name of the Lord. For I know He'll see me through the name of the Lord. Mighty strong tower, righteous run in, and they're saved. I will trust in you. Trust in the name of the Lord. Trust in the name of the Lord. All right. Good afternoon, Middle Georgia. Good afternoon, Macon. Good afternoon, Perry. Good afternoon, Fort Valley. Good afternoon, Warner Robins. Good afternoon, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live, Periscope Live. You're tuned in to 980 AM WDDO, and you're on with Don. It is Tuesday at 1:15. So that means, as we do every Tuesday, that it's time for Turnaround Tuesday with Chaplain Pearl Moten. Chaplain Moten, it's on you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for another Turnaround Tuesday. While the world awaits eagerly for the verdict of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin for the death of George Floyd, I can't help but think, when does Black Lives matter? Will the lives of our Black men matter to law enforcement for the better in the future? Will the lives of our Black men and our children matter in our communities? When will they matter in our churches and our families? Are we outraged enough to protest ourselves, to judge ourselves, and make a commitment to our own family, our own community, and in our own churches? How can we do that? I'm glad you asked. For starters, we cannot depend on our politicians, but we have to make sure that all of our eligible family members are registered to vote and have proper identification, so the new laws will not even affect us. We can be accountable to our community and our churches to assure that people have rides to the polls and have a snack and water when they get there to the polls if lines are anticipated to be long. We also have to teach voters how to do their own research on why you should or should not vote one way or the other, rather than depending on misleading commercials and news media. Create opportunities to watch town hall meetings and discuss the facts afterwards. And most importantly, we have to show up at the polls for every election and runoffs. Now is affecting our future and the future of our communities and those we love most. There is so much that we can do for ourselves. What? I'm glad you asked. How about we make a commitment to support our community and demand that the businesses in our community support us? We can do this. Stop going out of the community to do business. Lastly, do you remember when the church represented the community? But now the church don't know the community. They don't know the needs of the community, and the community does not know the church. Do you realize how dangerous that is? When the incident happened in Ferguson, there was no way to address the community within the community. It was a horrific experience. Remember how things happened back in the day? The police department, the civil rights leaders, attorneys, they all contacted the church. And we all knew where to meet, what time, and where. And no social media, no internet, nothing but the community and the church communicating. Let me tell you a real life story. My godson, who will remain nameless at this time, started a church in the heart of Atlanta. And Atlanta, like most cities in the metropolitan cities in our country, is what it is. So I'm driving up to the church, and there is a mother walking down the street with groceries, and I mean a church mother, with her son dragging a big barbecue grill down the street. And they set up right in front of the church, while the church was on the inside having church. And I mean church. The food is smelling good on the outside. So when church is out, the members stampede outside. Why? Because they were feeding the community. The pastor said that they had been doing only God knows what this weekend, and they needed something to eat. So the church members were not rushing to their cars for dinner, but outside to serve the community and meet the people outside. How powerful is that? We can do better. We got to. By the way, the name of that church is Lifeline Family Praise Center International in the heart of Atlanta. When does Black Lives Matter? It matters when we say it does. So let's say so. And until next Tuesday, let's do something different. Let's turn this thing around. God bless you.
All right, that was Chaplain Pearl Moten with our Turnaround Tuesday moment. You can join her here every Tuesday for an opportunity to hear a good situation. Listen, when I say situation, I mean that she will give you something to think about and something to turn around, literally, every week at 1:15. So make sure you join her so that you can learn how to turn your Tuesdays around. It sounded like a good little event that happened in downtown Atlanta. By the way, that's my godmother. Thank you all so much for being on, and thank you for being the best part of WDDO. Got something good coming up for you right now because Black Lives do matter. But one thing I do remember is Jesus promised that he'd take care of us right here on 988. Jesus promised. Jesus promised he'll take care of you. Said promise in his word. Jesus promise. Let's say it again. Jesus promise. I can call him in the morning. I can call him in the morning. And today may be your morning. I can call him in the 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 morning. Call him in the morning. I can call him in the morning. I can call him in the morning. I can call him in the morning. Jesus promised. Jesus promised. He'll take care of you. Yeah.